What's up, guys? Today we're going to be taking a look at the taming system in Bless Online. This is probably one of the coolest features in the game that Bless has to offer, where you can walk around and tame just about anything to be your pet or your mount. So you can see here, this is one of my pets. She's quite unique. You can get quite a lot of different pets. I have a couple dragons as well, and it's pretty big. I haven't found a way to shrink them yet, so you might just be rolling around with this giant dragon behind you. So be aware if you want to be ganking someone, you probably don't want this out. But yeah, so it's pretty cool. You can tame just about any creature and even some humanoid-like characters. All you do is, so here's a rhino right here, right? When you click on the monster, if you look to the left of their name, they'll have a symbol here if they can be tamed. The wheel means that it's a mount. And then if you click on like one of these, you can see they have like a kind of butterfly, or I guess a bow maybe, but that means they can be a pet. So the way you go about taming them is you need taming scrolls. Now you get some of these from leveling up. I think it was like the main story quest or like level up rewards. You get some scrolls that are level restricted. So these low level scrolls can tame up to like monsters that are level 15. And then there's like a couple other tiers, like level 30 and stuff like that. And this one is all the way up to 45 I can tame with. So the way you do it is you just simply walk up to a mob, get within range, it's like 10-meter range, and you just click on it, and you'll see a bar will pop up at the bottom of my screen here. Try not to aggro the rhino, here we go. We got a monkey over here. So if we go up to tame the monkey, we'll click on the scroll. Oh, okay, so we got a lucky one here. Nice, so we got that. So that was actually a rare one, so that's pretty nice to show in this video. You could see it was, the green bars were really tiny and the bar was moving fast, and I needed 5 clicks. Alright, let me show you what a normal one looks like, then we can compare the two. So this is, let's see. So this is what a normal one looks like. Much slower, the green bar is much bigger, and you only need 4. That's normally what you get, and then when you get the pet, it comes out as like a level 1 or 2 green monster. The monkey that I just got was a rare chance to happen, where he instantly level 10 and he's a blue. So you have a chance to like get he might just be 10 and a green, but he has a chance to be a blue as well. So it's just a little mini game. You just walk up to him and then you just hit your space bar when the bar passes over the green thing, and then you capture it. Pretty straightforward, nothing to it. But yeah, so that's kind of cool. You know, I got to show that. Rare chance for that to happen. Now, so you can see they go in here, they go into your inventory, right? You can have a total of 40 mounts and pets. So these are combined, not individual. The way you increase that is by leveling up your taming stat, which you get experience points by taming monsters. So pretty straightforward. As you level up your taming, you can see your inventory expansion increases. It doesn't say how much on here, but maybe it's like 10 each, 20 each. I'm not actually sure on how much, but you'll be able to hold more. So and how to get these scrolls. So like I said, you get some while leveling up, but the other way to get them is from enchanting. Now, you don't have to be an enchanter to get scrolls because they are tradable. You can get them from the auction house. But if you plan on doing a ton of taming, you know, you might want to think about working on enchanting. You don't have to have your enchanting very high to make these. They're not super expensive or anything, but you know, if you want to be able to push out a lot of scrolls, you might want to do enchanting for that as your primary profession. So let's go into, let's see. Okay, so they each have fatigue. So you can see the pets have a fatigue bar and the mounts have a fatigue bar. So basically, when they run out of fatigue, you can't use them anymore. And the way the fatigue works is it just slowly ticks down over time. So as the pet's out, you can see he slowly loses fatigue, but he gains experience while he's losing fatigue. So you're kind of like trading one for the other, right? So the reason you want to level your pet is when you get it to 10, you're then able to upgrade it. And this all goes for mounts as well. If I keep saying pets, it's mounts and pets. But once you get it to level 10, like this guy, he's a level 10 green, you can then upgrade them to blue versions, you can see. Same with mounts. Mounts spend fatigue as you move on them. So if we hop on one of our mounts here, try not to aggro too much, you can see it spends fatigue as you move around. If you jump, it takes out a chunk of fatigue, but you gain XP as long as you're spending fatigue. So you can see it slowly regens while you're not doing anything on your mounts. And then your pets, you just have to unsummon them, and then they'll slowly start to gain their fatigue back instead of spending it. So the reason you want to level up your pets and then upgrade them is when they become rare and then epic and then legendary, they gain abilities. Now I'll go over the abilities at the end once we finish talking about how all the pet system works, and I'll show you guys the mount and pet abilities. They are different. But you can see I have some blue pets here. I was working on trying to get a water spirit leveled up and get a good ability. So I had a few of these I was working on, but none of them really got the ability I wanted. So to upgrade them, we'll show that real quick. I got this guy to level 10, right, just by running around and having him out. Or you can do this enchant button. So if you have a low level pet, you click this button here, and then you can feed or sacrifice other pets that have like level 10 or blue quality, because you know they have to be level 10 to become blue, don't forget, to give it XP. So you can see down here, if I feed him this pet and sacrifice it to it, he'll go all the way up to level 9 and some. So that kind of helps if you get like, you know, you roll a bad ability on a pet and you don't have anything to do with the pet, you can feed them to the lower pets and it speeds up the upgrade. It doesn't take long to go from level 1 to 10, maybe like a half hour or something of just running around with the pet out. Every time you level up as well, it refills your fatigue on your mount and your pet. So that you can kind of like pseudo power level mounts by just running around and jumping on them a little bit. But yeah, so let's do that real quick then. So this is level 10, and we want to grade him up. We want to try to go for blue quality. Now the key is, if you use any pet, you can see here, I have a 5% chance to upgrade them, right? If you use a same pet, see here, it goes up to 15%. So ideally you want to be using the same kind of pet when you go to upgrade. Now the other thing is, if you go to grade up and you fail, you gain some kind of like fail stack, so to speak. So even though I failed, I get a 3% success rate because I had 15%, and then if I used one of the 5% ones, it would add a flat 1%. So you do go up a little bit each time. So if I put in another one, I have an 18% because I have the base 3%. Now, the thing is, you can't just spam upgrade your pets. You have these things right here called remaining upgrades. This is how many times you can feed another pet into this pet and sacrifice it, all right? You also have remaining potential upgrades, which resets your remaining upgrades. So from what we've seen, the remaining upgrades rolls anywhere from 6 to 10, and the remaining potential upgrades rolls from 0 to 2. I've heard it can roll 3, but I haven't seen a 3 yet. But I mean, this could roll more than 6 to 10 either, but that's just what we've seen so far. So the max we've seen is 10 here and 2 here. So you can feed 10 into here and then reset that 2 times. The way you reset it though is these items. These are in the cash shop from what I've been told. So this is kind of what people consider a little bit pay to win, is because there's some pretty good abilities you can get on your pets, and this is like the easiest way to get them upgraded. So we'll have to wait and see how we can obtain these on NA and EU, but just keep that in mind. Getting to blue is fairly easy, but getting past that without these is, it's not impossible, but it's very difficult. But when you use these, you use your remaining potential upgrades, and it resets your upgrades, and it randomizes it again. So even though you had 10 before, it doesn't send it back to 10. It does it and gives you like another random number. So yeah, so you can feed them into here. I don't think I'll get we can try a couple more, but you just feed them in like this. Oh, there we go. Look at that, we got one. So what do we get? We got increase the amount of gold acquired for obtaining hunting. So basically increased gold dropped from killing stuff. So we upgraded to rare. And if you hadn't upgraded there, basically all you do is you just use some more scrolls, tame some more mushrooms, because it's the highest chance, it gives you 15% because it's the same one, right? So you won't always be doing that. So he's got 4 upgrades left. So to go up to epic tier, you need to feed him blue ones. So if we go over to like the water elemental I have here, if I feed him a blue water elemental, it's a 5% success rate. If I feed him a blue monkey, it's only a 2% success rate. So even though you're feeding them the same one, it's like a reduced chance already. So you can see how difficult it would get to level all the way up to legendary, let alone epic is tough enough, right? And then getting past that to legendary is going to be really tough. I will mention there is a flying mount tab. From what I've seen so far, what I've been told, there's not actual flying mounts. Someone also have to like double check and like let me know on this for sure. But the flying mount that I got before, it had a flying ability. So basically you activated the ability and it gave you flight for 10 seconds but had a 45-second cooldown. Those are the only flying mounts I've seen. I've not seen permanent flying mounts. So people that are worried about that in open world, I've not seen any permanent ones yet. That's not to say there isn't any, but from what I've seen, it's just a ability you can get on a mount that gives you short flight. So yeah, I think that's about everything about the system. So let's take a look at what you guys really want to see is the abilities. We'll go over the pet abilities first. So over here, you can also change the ability with a scroll. I've not gotten one of these scrolls yet. It says acquisition method is the royal quest and Rumena. Rumena is the cash shop, so that's why I'm not sure about these unlock potentials. It says the acquisition method is the royal quest, but then this last one says Rumena. Royal quest makes it sound like it's the main quest or something, so I'm not sure if you can get these lower level ones consistently or just like once from a quest or what about that, because the English patch, is still kind of figuring that out. But yeah, so here's the abilities. We'll go through these real quick. I'll put I'll try and get these wrote up in a document and put it down below. And also I'll put in, there's a list on I think it's Japanese or Korean website that has all the pets and mounts you can capture. So I'll put that down below as well in the comment section or whatever. So first up, easy one, XP increase. Yeah. If you get one of these, you're pretty lucky. Increased XP when killing mobs. It's not with quests as well, it's just with killing mobs. So, oh, I guess I forgot to mention, you can roll in tiers of abilities. We'll go over that. From what I've seen, it doesn't matter what grade your pet is. These are complete random chance to roll different tiers of these. So even if you roll up to a blue pet, you can get this purple quality XP buff. I haven't rolled that many pets. I've gotten like 20 to 25 to blue so far, and they've all rolled a green quality ability. I haven't even seen a blue, let alone a purple yet. But I have a friend that got a purple one, and he got the 154% increased XP one. So yeah. You can actually seal pets as well. I guess I forgot to mention that. So if you get one that's really good but you don't want it, you can seal them and sell them or trade them to other people, or trade them to like your alts. If you get like an XP level one, you can level one character and then send it to an alt. So that could be a thing. People could like roll pets just for abilities and try to sell them on the auction house to make money. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, alright, so we've got XP increase when killing mobs. We've got gold increase from killing mobs, and these are just higher tiers of each. So it just goes green, blue, purple, and this is just a higher percent for the same thing. This is increased experience when killing other players. This one, I'm not entirely sure. It says risk score through battle increased. It has the same symbol as your adventure points, so I'm not sure if it's just you get more adventure points. That's what I think, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. Let's see, what do we got? So here are the attack power increase, 48, and then we have spell power increase, 48. So pets don't have active abilities, they don't actively help you, but they do have passives like this that can buff you. So then we have, oh, this is the defense one. So you get physical armor and magic armor. So imagine, a pet with, you get spell power and armor or something like that. I'm not sure if I haven't rolled the purple yet, so I don't know if you can get two of the same like 2 spell powers or like a purple spell power and a blue spell power. I don't think so, but I have not tried that because getting a purple is really tough without resets. Increase amount of guild XP you get. Increase your backwards move speed, you know, for all you backpedalers out there. Swim speed up to 50%. That's pretty nice. I talked about in another video, there's party buffs that give 100% swim speed. So you can combine this with 100% swim speed. You can be flying in the water. Production rate is increased, so you craft faster. Collecting speed is increased. Collect, you know, mine and gather faster. Increase amount collected, so that's pretty cool. You can make some pretty nice gathering pets, get more from your mining and gathering. Increase amount of production acquired. I guess that's you get more when you craft. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I think that's production. That's pretty cool. Fast growth. XP increased by 20% to pet. I guess this means your pet gains 20% more XP. Not you, but your pet. So that's kind of okay, I guess. And then we have auto loot, which I know a lot of people would love to have. Acquires items not yet looted within 30 meters. Needs a free slot in inventory to obtain. I don't know if there's a cooldown on this. You can only have one pet out at a time, so I'm guessing it just runs around and loots everything for you. There's not a like vacuum loot or, you know, AoE loot in the game. You have to loot each mob individually. So this would be a pretty nice pet to like make and sell on the auction house. All right, so let's take a look at the mount abilities real quick. So they're definitely different too than the pet ones. It's not like a same sort of pool. So first up we have increased jump height. That seems like a lot to me. 381. I don't know what unit. Oh, 381%. So that's what, quadruple? No, almost pentuple increased jump height, right? Because 100% increased would be double, and then 200 would be triple, and then 300 would be quadruple, and that's almost 400% increased jump height. I don't know what that would look like. I mean, on my mount, you can, you know, you jump like decent height, right? Imagine 5 times that. That'd be crazy. So yeah, let's see what else we got. Nocturnal, this one's really cool. Whenever it's nighttime out, you get 70% move speed. So you can have a mount, you know, ready to go for move speed at night. That's pretty cool. What do we got? Oh, we start at the bottom. We'll work our way up. The shot while moving speed. I think this means if you get hit, your pet gains a burst of 70% move speed for 2 seconds. So if a mob hits you while you're running past or someone hits you, you get a burst of move speed. This move and jump XP increased for your mount, so the same thing as like the pet one. It's like, alright, I guess, but you know. Climbing angle is increased. This one's kind of interesting. I do have like a climbing pet in it. It's kind of noticeable. It's not really that big of a deal, but it's weird. They kind of finagle their way around the rocks a little differently than ones without it, but that's kind of probably not really ever gonna be used. Reduction of 50% off chance when hit. I guess this means you have a reduced chance to get knocked off your mount. So whenever you take damage, it seems like you have a chance to get demounted. You're not always demounted when you take damage. So I guess this reduces the chance to get knocked off when you take damage. Stealth, range of perception being reduced to 80%. So you do get abilities on your mount. So you can see down here I have 2 abilities. So I'm guessing this must be an active mount ability, like the flying one I was talking about before, where you can activate the flying thing and you get like 10 seconds of flying with a 45-second cooldown. So this looks like a stealth. So you're harder to see, but you go down to like a 15% move speed for 5 seconds. Or reduced by 15%, so you go a little bit slower. Sprint ability, moving speed increased by 60% for 5 seconds. And these are all the purple ones, don't forget. So there are lower tier ones you can get. Boarding time reduced, so this is instant mounting. Mounts are like 2.5 seconds, 2.4 seconds. You can get kind of reduced mounting speed. Instant would be pretty cool. 50% increase in fatigue recovery to be summoned and stopped off fatigue. So you get increased maximum fatigue. Increase in fatigue recovery. So it sounds like you recover fatigue quicker to be summoned and stopped. It does cost fatigue to summon them as well, so I don't know if it reduces the fatigue summoning or Yeah, so something to do with fatigue, so your mounts last longer, basically. Consumption, stamina at the time of summoning is 20% consumption, time of movement. That one I'm not sure. I assume stamina is referring to fatigue, but I don't know. So this one sounds like it might reduce the fatigue when summoning. Consumption stamina at the time of movement is reduced. So it sounds like it's reducing. This one sounds like it's reducing your fatigue for summoning and while moving. So this one... Oh, I guess maybe this actually is increasing the fatigue when you summon and when you... But increases your maximum fatigue. Okay, so I guess if you're running and you're not like resummoning your mount constantly, this is good because you get more max fatigue, but you're not constantly resummoning. Okay, so it's like a trade-off. Okay, that makes sense then. And then of course, just a flat 40% move speed. So yeah, so that's the taming system. It's pretty cool, to be honest. It's probably one of my favorite features in the game so far. You can see like you can really get some pretty cool. I can show off a couple of my other mounts. I got this big old spider mount. I showed you guys some pets earlier. You know, you can get your typical horse mounts, right? Just normal stuff. Nothing too crazy. So if you still like the, you know, the kind of classic horse, what do we got here? We got a lion. You know, just your normal stuff like that, right? You can, it's so cool because you're literally just like out in the world. I'm like looking at this thing. I'm like, dude, that thing looks so cool. I'm like, wait, I can capture it. And I'm like, oh, now I'm riding it, right? It's such a cool system. In other games have like kind of done it before, but this is a game where you can literally just walk up and like, oh, look at that parrot. Oh, I can make it my pet. Hey, there's a rhino over there. Oh, I can mount it, right? So it's definitely a really cool system. There's tons of cool mounts too. You know, when you put in a system like this, you'd expect, oh, you probably just can only capture a few different things, right? Like, look at this. You just run around on this big rock dude, right? A big golem. So yeah, like I said, I'll put down below in the description, there's a website I found that shows off some of the mounts and pets you can get, or I think all of them, I'm not sure, but it's quite a big list, and I've been going through that looking for mounts and pets that I want. So yeah, so check that, and I'll try and put the abilities in a document, get that down below. But if you guys have any questions, or if I mistranslated all that, you know, please let me know in the comment section. I stream over on Twitch, Karth_WS. Come check that out. I'll try and get some more videos out, see what we can find to talk about. Or if you guys have suggestions for any videos you want to see, please feel free to let me know. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.